Welcome everybody to Uneducated MMA, and this is the show Uneducated Takes. Welcome to everybody. As always, I'm your host with the most, Wander Bread. I'm here to hold it down and make sure that we get on this MMA topics. I got our co-host here as always, the undefeated, the legendary heavyweight champion, REG.
Let's go.
Yeah.
The legend.
Come on. I can do some like better fireworks.
Are you ready?
Let's get it.
And then I'd like to introduce a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
He came in through the podcast today to basically just do the same shit that we always do, man. We're going to talk about that MMA talk, all the degeneracy. He be gambling, you know what I mean? He's tried to introduce me to 17 different gambling sites, told me to get on this weird Russian shit.
You ever get on Bovada?
Bro,
I got the link, bro.
When I have to download a VPN to get on some shit, I don't want to fucking do it. Anyway, this is my boy, Justin. Come on.
Yeah, man. Juan hit me up. He's like, yo, you uneducated? I was like, yeah. Perfect person for the podcast.
Perfect. He's like, never graduated, not even elementary. We out. I was like, hell yeah, we in the
I
forest.
bet.
No, if anyone need that link for that parlay, let me know. Link below.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those dudes you start.
Trust my link.
Just my link. If you want to get the best parlays, no, I hate, bro.
Trust my link.
Bro, the amount of people that I see on like when I'm going through Instagram reels that they'll just be like, no, bro, here's some MMA meme, and you click on the page and it's just betting and gambling and betting and gambling.
Yeah.
You gotta join a Patreon, a monthly subscription to get the best fees and shit like that. I feel like it's a lot.
It's like, bro, like, chill out.
Chill out. No,
What are you, a scammer out here? Like,
no, literally.
That's
though.
like scammer vibes.
It's the pump and dump with
Yeah,
the
for
Bitcoin,
real.
bro.
I know niggas that just started fucking gambling and then gonna start selling it right away.
Yeah.
You know the amount of people that were like, bro, I'm never going to do that ever again. Like, or no, they're like, I'm never even going to open up a DraftKings account. I'm not going to touch any of those. I'm not going to open
I'll
up
tell you
anything.
right now.
And then I get DM'd or text like every single weekend, yo, who'd you bet on the fights?
I'll tell you right now.
You had a pick.
I might talk my shit. I might be like, nah, I'm done. I'm taking a break. I'm gambling forever.
I'm gambling.
That's what it
Life's
is.
a gamble. My life is.
Listen. We've all been there growing up with our Spanish dads going to the stores to get that Keno. You know what I mean? Ma Dukes gambling, grandma gambling, grandpa gambling.
Yeah.
We all got four uncles
Like, yo,
right now in
that
debt.
one numero.
Yo, when they hand you that sheet and they're like, I need you to pick 6 numbers right
Yeah,
now.
exactly. You're like, all
that
right, look,
that
might be
person
my lucky
crazy.
child. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I
My
gotta
lucky
walk
child.
out.
I noticed my dad, I think, never asked my sister to do it not once, so I think that there's something there. But then again, my mom was always the one that would be like, I had a dream last night. It had your grandmother, it had a sea snail, and it had 2
what's your
turtles.
birthday again?
What's your birthday? And they'd be like 6, 14, 94. Bet those numbers. I bet you'll win. But I feel like it's just mad funny. I don't know. I feel like it's makes things a little bit more exciting. On a Saturday, you're watching fights, or even you're watching any other sport, really, like baseball, football, whatever it may be. You throw a couple dollars towards something, it makes it a little exciting.
I love
Definitely,
putting
bro.
money on a 1v1.
Yeah.
You know, where
Yeah.
it's just like this person's winning or this person, or even like this team is.
Bro, I had introduced like the whole sign up for DraftKings when it first came up to Mass. You get the bonuses and whatever, and I had just told people about it, like a group
sharing
of
the
friends.
link, yeah.
Just you know what I mean, just
That's
I get a
credits.
bonus or
That's
referral
credits.
or whatever,
Exactly.
whatever it may be.
You know?
So I told a couple people about it, and at first I'm like, oh, they're probably gonna go because they go to like Red Sox games and stuff. You know who I'm talking about,
Yeah,
and they
for
go to the Red Sox games and all that
Sox
stuff. And
game.
I'm assuming they're gonna start betting on baseball and things that they watch. No. They start betting
Horse
on
race.
Not even, literally,
Oh,
it's
hell
like
yeah.
Japanese tennis
Yeah.
that's happening
Yeah.
at 4 a.m. that they're not even watching.
Yeah.
Or it'll
That's how
be
you
some
gotta do
Cuban
it.
soccer team
Like,
that's
who'd
like
you
a
bet
plus
on?
2,000 to win, and they're like, put the money on that one right there.
I
But
was
it's
bad
smart.
back before it became legal, allegedly.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
I would place a lot of bets on like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, cricket, Chinese basketball, things overseas.
Why?
Because you can constantly around the clock make money.
I feel like for me,
While you sleeping, you
I feel like that makes sense. It makes sense. You're speaking to me with facts right here. But my thing is, I feel like I have to. My rule is I have to watch it. So for me, it's UFC.
Yeah.
It's whatever sport I'm watching. Even if it's baseball, if I'm going to a game, it has to be something that I'm actively watching, and that's how I stay in my lane. I feel like. I also, we go here and there depending on the event. If it's a pay-per-view or something like that, I throw a little heavy. If it's just a fight night, I'll throw something light just to keep it a little interesting. But I have some friends that are throwing couple $100 because they're like, yo, if you throw like $20-$50, that's like nothing, bro. You need to feel something, and I'm like, feel something? That's my bank account, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I could use $20-$50 right now.
Literally. Imagine just losing a car like just a 200 piece. It might not be crazy to some people, but
Yeah.
$200 for no reason.
For no reason.
On some cricket.
Gamble, yeah.
But then you hear, to I guess bring it back into MMA, you hear shit with like Dana White, who's just like, I need to bet a couple $1 million just to feel it anymore. Like he's playing, I think it's like poker, blackjack, or I forget the name of the game that he plays, where it's like some like it's like Asian gambling game where it's like apparently you have the best odds, closest to 50-50 to win against that.
Yeah,
Baccarat.
I knew it was that.
You see what I said?
Yeah.
You see what I said?
I know Baccarat. Yeah.
Baccarat.
Some Asian gambling. I was like, oh, I know exactly.
I know, but he plays baccarat like crazy, and he talks about how he just spends like millions of dollars like per hand and shit like that. And I'm like, yo, good for you, but that makes my heart race. That makes me a little uncomfortable.
Yo, so what I've been doing lately that's been working
Here we go.
is just
Here's the
betting
scam.
against Drake.
Oh, okay.
Yo, anytime against Drake. Yo,
You know
anytime-
that's not a bad idea. He does have that curse, you know.
I'm saying it's a gift for me.
Yeah, man. I feel like people
Yeah,
started
he definitely-
speaking about that, and at first I didn't believe him, but then I started seeing his like when he puts those stake bets on Instagram, and then I saw
Yeah.
the team just lose and lose and lose. And
Yeah.
It's making sense. He's the reason
Been
Izzy
working.
lost.
Thank you, Drake.
Yeah, right.
He's the reason Izzy lost.
He's like
is-
Madden.
That's the way I'm gonna put it. Well, that's another thing is the EA sports cover thing is a big one that people say when you get put on the cover of that you do trash.
Yeah.
Volkanovski was on the
Curse.
cover.
Yeah.
Valentina
Oh, yeah.
Shevchenko was on the cover.
Yeah,
Conor
heard about that.
McGregor was on
Oh,
the
yeah,
cover.
yeah.
I'm
It's
telling
a
you,
curse. It's like Illuminati.
Do you think it's like you're just put in like the limelight of it, or do you think it's just genuinely like a curse? There's some superstition, brujeria. You know what I mean?
I think it's more so like you're putting too much energy on like, I don't know. It's like the opposite. It's like the opposite of being humble in some way.
I guess so.
I don't even know. I feel like
Because
it's
like for like UFC 5, like I said, has Valentina Shevchenko on it, and it had Volkanovski. Valentina Shevchenko lost the title, and then she got a rematch. She lost that match too. Now they're gonna go for a third one at the Sphere in Mexico. But she has been doing. Honestly, I would say like career wise, kind of taking a dip. But then on top of that, it's also I would say like. I guess figure-wise, like public figure-wise, she's kind of going a little south with like being like, I keep losing because they keep putting me in front of these Mexican judges, and I'm like, Valentina, that's a bit aggressive. Like, and then Volkanovski, he on the cover starts doing the old man Volk stuff, knocked out by Ilya Topuria. So it's like, all right, maybe there's something to this. Conor McGregor, I mean, come on,
It's once they start like
come on, Conor
talking
McGregor
too crazy. You know what I'm saying? They get a little too hyped. They on the cover. They gassed up. They think they're the best in the fucking world.
Yeah.
And then God's just gonna have to humble them. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. I feel like it's something that they gotta I don't know, break. I don't know how you break that curse. Maybe you just stop putting covers of people. You just do
I would
the
say
the logo.
Khabib was definitely the most humble.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't really be talking shit like that.
No.
Was he on the cover?
No.
See, look at him.
Yeah, exactly.
The only-
he was too humble to be on the
Yeah,
cover.
the
He's
only-
like, we want you on there.
The only person that ever got him out of character was Conor. Like after
Yeah.
they fought and he jumps
Yeah.
in the crowd and punches
yeah,
Dylan
yeah.
Danis in
That
the face.
was
Like, 'cause
fire,
that wasn't
bro.
even like just like just a pay-per-view fight. That was a
That
real
was
street
fire,
beef.
bro.
I feel
that
like-
was like
they-
one of the
their
best moments in the
families-
UFC, bro.
There's like so much like little things that come out of that makes it just so much bigger. Like apparently to even bring it back even further, after the whole thing when everybody's jumping in the crowd, one of the first people to put hands on Conor McGregor is Islam Makhachev.
That's
Wow, bro.
hilarious.
No, you see, I found that out like a few months ago where I'm like, that's insane. And that fight
That's
happened
wild.
years ago. So it's just like, that's wild to think about. And then the whole thing where Khabib punches Dylan Danis of all people. It's like,
Yep.
oh, he's still somebody that's like around. And it's just wild to see how like it's such a historical event in like, I guess, UFC history. But it's also pretty ugly because then you have like Conor throwing the dolly towards the bus and breaking
Yeah, Conor
the
be doing
glass.
too much.
It's
So
a lot.
Khabib had to do something.
Because you know, I understood
fed
this
up,
is
bro.
not no fucking WWE shit. This ain't no
Yeah, it's real
This
life.
is real street life.
Yeah.
To be
family
I'll smash
beef.
your boy.
yeah. Their families was beefing. I think like heavy.
Well, also like
To the death.
They also take like you take things like very personally. Like there's shit talking, and then there's some
Yeah.
people that can't take that very seriously. Like
You make fun of his pops, bro.
well, it's the pops thing, but then it's also like I feel it's also in the culture because then Islam has the same kind of thing where him versus Dustin recently, right? They're doing the face off after
Yeah.
the weigh-ins. Dustin just I would say regular U.S. shit talking.
Yeah.
Not really like you say this, and it's not really like intentional behind it. But he's like, "I'm gonna knock your ass out, motherfucker," and the motherfucker part right there. He's like, don't ever say motherfucker. Where I'm from, that's something completely different because he takes it very literal.
Yeah. Like, how do you know I do mothers?
So,
It's like, come on.
He's on. His arms on milk manner.
He's like, oh, take it easy, motherfucker. He's like, oh, what did I say?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you just say it, you throw that out like so casually, but then it's a culture thing. He'll be like, no, what did you just say to me? So it's taken way different. So you got to be careful with that shit talk. It'll get you somewhere crazy.
Yep.
But then, like, you also have things where some people, I feel like when they get into that like press conference mode, they have to shit talk to get themselves like, all right, I'm hyped.
Yeah,
like,
amped up and make it entertaining.
Yeah, I was listening to an interview with MVP recently, and he was talking about that with his fight with Ian Gary, where he felt as though like Ian Gary's shit talk wasn't genuine. Like it was like he was saying it out of like a necessity to put on this character, whether it was out of fear of fighting MVP or it was like I need to do this to get myself into this mode. But then it's like, you can tell it's kind of like a facade, but it's like the same thing with like the Colby Covington thing, where you'll have people that are close to Colby that'll be like, "Oh, it's all just an act. It's all an act." But then he's saying some crazy.
Yeah, he was saying too much, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot. Like I don't know. I feel like there's levels to the game where it's like you can shit talk all you want, but like you have to know that there's like things you can and cannot say. And I understand that there's like you're trying to get clicks and get views, but like Conor McGregor, your wife is in my DMs and all that kind of stuff. It's like, bro, you don't bring in people's wives, families, kids. Like talk about that guy. Talk about his skills and what happened to him.
Like that's more okay than making fun of someone's pops who just passed, bro.
No, absolutely, I agree with you. It's
but then again, was his wife in his DMs though?
Yeah, you know what? They said no. They said no, and I'm gonna take their word on it. Honestly, I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah, he's probably just talking smack, bro.
I feel like he's
love
talking
it.
smack.
I love it. Like because I know it's like they just also WWE shit.
You know,
definitely Conor. Conor's the most entertaining shit talker.
Here's my thing: is that like as much as I enjoy that stuff, I also like when they just it's like proof is in the pudding, and they just show you like right away. Here you go. Alex Pereira. Versus Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill comes in with the head on the chain, talking all this smack beforehand. Very respectful, by the way. Which out of nowhere he just flips on.
Didn't he get his signature?
Yeah, he got his signature. He wanted everybody's signature from everybody fighting on UFC 300. He was very kind, like da. And then coming to the weigh-ins and the press conference, he becomes a dickhead out of nowhere. So then he's talking all this smack. Alex cold the whole time. Just
I love that shit.
Cool. After he knocks him out, he's
savage, bro.
Yeah.
That's all he needed. He didn't even say it. He just those two movements.
I love that. Like that's so fucking fire.
The man's cold hearted.
You don't even got to say a word, yo. I'm about to just knock everybody out.
No, speaking of Alex Pereira though, so since we're on the subject, UFC 303 was wild.
303.
Alex Pereira versus
that was a good one.
Yuri Prochazka, bro. I feel like
two.
I think that like some about those two dudes. It is just like super exciting when you see that like that face off that they do. They do by the way, they zoomed in a lot more this time than they did the first time. They are.
They're
like,
not even in their bodies.
No. I will say like in Yuri with all the post fight or pre-fight build up, he kept talking about his like Alex is doing some magic. He's doing some secret magic on him. And I'm like, bro, what are you? But it also added this thing like, what if he is doing dark magic? Because then he puts on the war paint and shit. You're like, yo, what if this man's in the back brewing bones and shit, sacrificed 2 chickens and whatnot? You don't know what he's doing.
If you're a good fighter, you got to fight through that.
So that's well. Then to be fair though, to Alex's point, he was just like, I'm not doing anything like that. Bro.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm just.
But why would he admit it?
Yeah, why would he admit it?
Yeah, that's true.
But even like leading up to the fight, like Yuri's like, I see it in his eyes. He's doing something right now.
Yeah, I would have called off the fight right then and there.
But you know what it made me think of? It made me think of like the Key and Peele skit where he's like God's lessons are beautiful, and then he goes back. He's like God's lessons are beautiful. Yeah. You booked me to fight a crazy man? Is this man crazy? Like I feel like that's what it made me think of because I just like I don't know, man. There's something about him where he doesn't have to say a whole lot. He's very calm, cool, and collected, but you can tell the intensity is there. The cold hard stare down, the fact that he really can
never smiles. Like it's just hard to get him to smile.
Bro, my favorite thing is if you see him on like social media and stuff like that, you'll see him on like roller coasters, water parks, bumper cars,
straight
all
face.
kinds of just everything. Every single poster is just.
I'm having so much fun right now.
He's with his kids, just. They all have balloons.
Right.
He's like, he has a painted face.
This is the happiest moment of my life.
He's like, I'm here for my family. They're literally, this is my wedding day. Everything is just so serious.
Yeah,
no, for sure. I think that he's on a path right now to do some crazy shit, and I feel like it's awesome to watch. I started at a weird time where I feel like when I started watching, there was like a lot of stars, but there was no like big rise. It was kind of like the big fighters were on their way out already.
Yeah.
So I hadn't really gotten to see that. Even like the ones like
John Jones or something.
Yeah, like the John Jones and stuff like that. Like he was kind of like there, sort of. I saw his like last fight, but that was about it before he did his big comeback. Conor McGregor, I saw his return, but then he was gone for like a little bit.
You see the Aldo fight?
Yeah, I saw
yeah.
all
That
of
was-
it. But even those ones.
Aldo
like,
had a run right before that too.
Yeah,
It was over.
But that was before I like fully started watching. So like I feel like a lot of these guys I get to see on a decline. But then you see a guy like Alex Pereira who comes into the UFC. At first I was team. I see it like this. It's like you're team Izzy or you were team Alex when he first came into the UFC.
started.
You were like, yo, who is this guy? He's Izzy's talking mad smack about him. He's saying he's a bum, some dude in Brazil that ain't got no business being here. And everybody was like,
He was just
all
saying
right.
that because he got him in the kickboxing.
Right, but to be fair, at the time, no one put any real like I feel like weight into that.
Yeah,
like
they
going back and
connected,
watching the kickboxing fights and stuff like that. That wasn't really a thing. People weren't doing that. And then I forget his career, like the first ones, but he knocked out some dude via flying knee. Then he murders Sean Strickland, and then he gets to fight Izzy, and then he kills Izzy. And we're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah,
Everyone's just like, whoa, whoa, whoa,
He
whoa, whoa.
rises to the top so fast.
Yeah, for real.
But then he has that moment where he fights Izzy again. Izzy then gets the shine back, where he has that moment where he knocks him out, does the triple arrow, and everyone's like, he delivers that amazing speech at the end of the fight, and everyone's like, oh my god, Izzy.
Yo, I feel like Izzy thinks he's like in an anime like world, bro.
Low key though, he is.
He is, but
kinda
to me, he's like the most like cringe UFC. Like when it comes to like talking, bro, it's like his.
I get
the
that.
smack talking, mad cringe, bro.
I get that.
Like he sounds
still
like
nasty.
he's in an anime or something.
I will say
He
this.
sounds like he's about to say some like nice bars, and it just never.
So this
hits,
is what I'll say. I feel like I have to agree with you on that because to me he speaks in the cadence that Yuri Prohaska speaks, but it's different coming from Yuri.
Yeah.
Yuri will be like, our souls will be intertwined in the cage.
Yeah.
We'll meet once in the dark forest, and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But it comes out of Izzy's voice, and he says the exact same thing. You're like, all right, that was it. What are you trying to say right now? Like,
Yuri actually went to the temple.
but that's what I'm saying. Yuri's starving himself in a dark room for 3 days in the woods, punching and screaming.
Yeah,
in the,
like
in the
I
river.
believe it when he says it, but when
But when Izzy says something,
it's like, bro, you just watch anime. And
No,
just
right.
decided to
It
say
makes
that.
sense.
but he does have some cold moments, especially with the
No, he's
when he
beast.
wrote in the Death Note and
Yeah.
everything like that.
Yeah.
Closed the book.
I get
That was
it.
like, I was pretty cool.
The Arrow 2 was pretty dope.
The
Yeah.
Undertaker entrance.
You know, I wasn't a fan the slight bit until he beat Alex with the
Arrows?
The arrows.
I was like, that's too hard. Like,
I think
after that, I was like, finally respected.
The first Izzy fight, I think that I like really like sat down and watched live. The first
Yeah.
one that I got to witness was him versus Paulo Costa. That was the first one that I saw, and that one was dope because it was a lot of like Paulo talking like so much smack towards Izzy, and Izzy just shutting him down.
Yeah.
And then in the fight, did the exact same thing. Got to shut him down. So then I became a fan because I saw that this dude was like not only crazy good in the octagon, like he's really picking these dudes apart.
Yeah.
But then also
Yeah,
like
his kicks is wow.
yeah, no, for sure. But then also, like, I felt like there was a certain cool about him where it was like he spoke with a certainty that then he can back it up. And you knew he could back it up. Where some guys will talk and you're like, you're kind of talking on your ass. I haven't really, you're talking like you're the best, but I've seen you like wrestle hug people for like 25 minutes. Like, what are you talking about? But he's like, I'm going to knock you out. And he's just like, he does it.
He does it, yeah.
Take your head clean off. But then he has Alex come in, who I feel like this is the narrative I keep hearing, where it was like Izzy's story. Everybody thought it was Izzy's story, and I'm blanking on who it was that said this. But somebody on the podcast was saying that it was like what everybody thought that this was Izzy's story, but what if
Turned
this
out
is
to be Alex's story.
I feel like that's what I keep hearing.
That's
a
hard.
bunch of people
Yeah,
like
it's
say.
dope.
But it's true because now look at this man. He is now a 2-division champion in 2 weight classes. Izzy tried to do the same thing, and then now there's rumors about him, or not rumors, but it's more so talk that I feel like people are like heavyweight. I don't know about you, but I want to see it.
I want to see it too.
Yeah.
I think he can do it though.
I think he can too. I
He's
feel
definitely capable. He's what 6'4", 6'3", or something like that.
yeah, and then he walks around already at like 220. I feel like he even does the John Jones route where he's like, all right, I'm gonna take like a year off. Granted, he's a
good
little
Big
older.
Max for a year.
Yeah, but he's just like, I'm just gonna get
Training.
a little bit bigger, like muscle wise, and then he'll be comfortable there. Because let's be honest, the technique is there. I don't think he's gonna run into too many problems because a lot of heavyweights just kind of like they'll stand and swing on you.
Yeah.
I will say there is a lot of power that comes into heavy. I know Alex has a lot of power, but they also have a lot of power, and Izzy knocked him out. So
he's been training with them. He's been sparring a lot with heavyweights lately too.
Yeah,
like
true.
So maybe he's preparing himself for that moment, just so he's ready.
But then I think I'm gonna be honest with you, like the big talks, like I said about him fighting like John Jones being the fight that everybody wants to see. I think he comes in as an underdog against John Jones and a heavy one too.
John Jones would take him out.
John Jones would.
John Jones will annihilate him, bro.
I think will fucking take his.
He is definitely, pound for pound.
I was having this
best fighter in the
conversation.
UFC, bro.
I was having this
Pound for
conversation.
pound. Like he'll be
so listen before you get on the whole Dana White rampage about.
Oh yeah, Dana White.
Him
Dana
being
White
the
will
pound for
back
pound
me up right now
goater.
too.
No. Because here's my thing. I think that it is active fighters, but when has he recently fought? It's been a hot second.
Been a long time.
So
sure.
I get Dana White's whole thing where,
but then it's like you can't forget his history though.
no, but you can't forget the history.
But then again, it's like I get you. It's like we want to see you fight right now.
But if you're talking about like who's had like crazy moments and who's had like a crazy undefeated streak, that still would be like Khabib. Granted, but Khabib was.
Wait, Khabib has more fights than him. He has what? 49? Wait, Khabib has He's like
I think
Khabib just needs a better catalog. He don't have a good enough catalog to put him over no John Jones.
Right now,
John Jones straight bangers. Like everybody he fought was like top dog.
According to UFC's website right now, as I look at it, it is Islam Makhachev at number 1, Alex Pereira at number 2, John Jones at number 3, Leon Edwards at number 4, and then Ilya
I
at
like
5.
Leon Edwards. I like Leon Edwards. But is it because he's inactive?
I would say so.
And because of suspensions maybe in the past.
Here's my
Like how many fights?
So for me, pound for pound, because as this game is ever evolving and everybody's always, getting better and better as the fights progress, I feel like pound for pound list is an ever changing thing, week by week even. You know what I mean? Like you see someone.
I guess weight class we could say.
Well, if I guess the definition, to my understanding, is whose skill set could work the best in any weight division. If you were to just take that person and you were able to somehow put him in
throw him anywhere,
135, 45, 55, et cetera, all the way up to heavyweight at 225 plus, they would be the most dominant person. John Jones fits that bill. At the same time, though, I'd argue so does Islam. That wrestling, that Sambo wrestling.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
If you had somebody, if you were to somehow get Islam at John Jones' exact like height, weight, or whatever it may be, and you were just to go skill for skill, I don't know what wrestling wins, to be honest with you, because he's never had to go up against somebody that's like these Dagestani dudes. You know what I mean? So I don't know how that plays out. So I see that. Now Alex is like what I would say, if so far it's one-sided on the striking. That's where he's at. Yeah. So you put him against somebody that's striking, he's gonna for the most part outshine him. I think for the most part, Izzy being an exception.
Do you think Islam versus Alex Pereira will like be his kryptonite in a way?
I would think anybody that's a wrestler would be his kryptonite. Because here's another thing that I was going to say. So him going up against John Jones, he'll come in as an underdog for sure. They're going to think that John Jones is going to wipe the floor with him. Him versus Tom Aspinall, who's currently the interim heavyweight champion. He's also going into that as an underdog. And Tom Aspinall most likely will probably do similar things that John Jones will do to him. Yeah. It's a thing of like, I'd
rather see him fight him instead of like Stipe, bro.
Oh no, I think at this point everybody is kind of like John Jones. Why are you fighting Stipe?
Yeah,
but like,
serious.
I think it's the same thing.
He's trying to take this easy way out.
So we're talking about like this whole layoff and everything like that. I understand that John Jones is kind of like he came back and he beat Cyril Gane and made it look easy and everything like that.
He really did make it look easy. Cyril Gane like kicked him in the nuts and John Jones was like,
I think that the
crazy choke, bro.
For me, the interest isn't there for him to fight Stipe. I think that's
no, exactly.
I don't
that
see
should have
that
happened right when he beat Cyril Gane.
Yo, real talk though, like I feel like nobody really talks about this fight besides people saying like John Jones don't want him to fight Stipe. But what if like Stipe just like fucking out of nowhere, he's just been in the quiet, getting after it. He comes back a thriller and just walks out, and he's just like, "I'm the GOAT." Drops the mic.
Stipe could remember he got Francis Ngannou once.
That's what I'm saying. Like what? I'm just saying. Like
Francis is a monster.
I think everybody like it kind of dismisses Stipe after his last couple performances, but even then, like he was recently fighting for. He was always fighting for titles. It was always for titles. And he's still only fighting for titles.
You never give Stipe that credit.
He never gets the credit. He's like the unsung hero.
What if it's his story instead of John's?
That's what I'm saying.
Stipe's just the biggest legend of all time.
Bro, he's a firefighter over
Everyone doubted him.
Yeah, where is it? Cleveland, Ohio. He's a firefighter in
Jesus
Cleveland,
Christ.
Ohio, out here just
Yeah,
doing
them,
his
them
thing.
fires got no chance, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's over here just in the quiet doing his thing, training, getting ready. So I don't know, man.
Not even using no water, no fire extinguisher.
I feel like he's just sitting there just
Fucking
hiking.
putting them shits out.
Yeah.
I feel like him.
Here's another fire. John Jones, that's a fire?
Fireman.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Atlas. I
Putting
feel
them
like
fires out.
it would be a really cool moment to see because it would be something that's just absolutely so unexpected. I think everything about that buildup, I think it's going to be people expecting a retirement from both people.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to be even the questions from the media towards Stevie are going to be like, "Hey, bud, are you
Like,
ready?
are you sure you really want to do
You
this?
ready for this?"
Yeah.
And everybody's gonna be like, "Guys, I'm a former champion, multi-time champion. I am literally labeled the greatest heavyweight of all time."
Are you sure there's no other fires you want to put out before this
That's
one?
what I'm saying. Like,
Bro,
like, I
honestly,
feel like he's gonna get
I don't think-
disrespected
yeah,
for this.
yeah.
But
I don't think Stipe has a
you
chance
can't,
against John Jones.
you can't put it past him. Like Stipe's still a GOAT, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's a good thing about UFC. Everyone always has a chance.
they
Like,
always have a chance.
Everybody always says.
Well, that's what I'm saying about Alex versus John Jones. I was having this heated debate earlier today. I feel like he has a chance.
Alex Pereira versus Jones.
Here's my thing.
Put
right?
on some weight first.
So here's my thing.
See how
right?
he moves with that
At
weight.
the end of the day, you can still catch a flying knee. You can
Yep.
still catch a knee up the middle going in for a takedown. You can still catch that uppercut. You can still get that left hook at any time.
fuck
And
yeah.
listen, like John Jones has been in some wars. He's been in some striking battles.
So
like,
it's just experience versus,
But that's the
Pereira's
thing.
going to be, he got experience too, but he's probably
different
quicker,
experience, different experience.
stronger.
Well, I think
yeah.
he only has like 9 fights in the UFC right now, but he's had like plenty of fights in terms of like kickboxing. But in terms of MMA, I think only 9.
Yeah.
I think he's only done MMA in the UFC to my knowledge. But who knows? This is uneducated MMA. We don't know.
yeah, I don't know shit.
I think that I don't know shit. But I think what's next for Alex has to be probably he'll stay at light heavyweight. Ankalaev, I think, is going to get that shot next, and then after that, maybe we go to heavyweight and we figure it out. But
That's one nigga I keep on declining his fucking request on UFC 5.
Ankalaev,
Yeah.
you got beef on Ankalaev.
Yeah, it's like, bro, leave me alone, bro. I ain't trying to fight you. I'm trying to fight someone else.
I'm trying to get a name for myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, that's mad funny. I feel like I get that. There's always that one dude you're just like, I'm not trying to fight
It's
this
like,
dude.
bro, get out of here. You're like you're like seventh right
See,
now.
I always do like welterweight or like middleweight, so I feel like that guy is Jack Hermanson for me. Jack
Oh,
Hermanson,
yeah.
I duck
Yeah.
Jack Hermanson. I crazy. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to fight you.
Or
Right
else you
now.
end up in a trilogy with him.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm fighting him for the belt 4 times. Like,
somehow he keeps on popping back up. It's,
and since we're actually on the topic of UFC 303 real quick, like
Yeah.
I gotta give a shout out to Danny Gay. Can we talk about that? The most gangster move of all time. You're sitting on your couch watching that pay-per-view, getting a massage, and you get a call from Hunter Campbell that's like, hey, bud, hey, what's going on? I need you to just take a car ride down to the center. We just need you to step in on this fight on 6 hours notice. He's like, I bet I'll be right there. What are you talking about,
Yeah,
bro?
no training.
who we fighting right now?
no training camp.
No training camp, no nothing. Just no. Technically training camp. Actually, now that I think about it, so he was saying that he had a fight scheduled, I believe, for either later on this month or it's in August that he had a fight. So he was already in camp, already in the area. So he was in fighting shape.
Oh, okay,
but
okay,
it was
okay.
just like
You gotta
that's
just stay in
still some
shape too.
shit.
I was about to say, who do you think's taking like the most least notice when it comes to a fight?
I think that's him.
It has to be, right?
It has to be him because I've heard people like a day and a half, but that's 6 hours, bro. He's
Fuck it.
watching the prelims at home.
Yo, for real.
Can we talk
It's
about like
yo,
that's
you
wild.
know, you feel
So
like fighting
you
right
can
now?
really think
Like,
about
right now.
Yeah, it's like get your shoes.
So you can put it into perspective. They're like, your fight's gonna be probably at around like 11:30, 11:40.
How quick can you make it here?
It is currently like 8:30. We need you here.
It's like your rest day. Like it's
He's
like
getting a massage, bro.
Yeah.
It's videoed of him getting
Like
a
you just had a
massage.
crazy day of training. You're ready. You're
That's
resting.
probably the secret, though. It's like, yo, let me just get a massage before I
Bro,
go fight.
listen. I love the story of like. By the way, he didn't. To anybody that didn't see the fight, he didn't win it. But I mean, come on, it was a good fight. It was a good fight, though. He did good. He did good. He didn't
can tell
lose.
he's
It was
hungry.
decision. Or it was
He's
a
definitely
decision.
hungry.
But it's still insane that it was 6 hours. Like I've
Yeah,
seen,
that's
like Tom
crazy short
Aspinall,
notice,
as we
bro.
were just talking about, him winning the title, did the same thing as the Michael Bisping on a 12 days notice, something
Yeah.
like that, fresh off the couch,
and then
goes in there.
versus damn, I always forget. I almost said Popovich.
No, Popovich.
No, it's
Sergey Pavlovich.
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 Yeah, these names crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
man.
he goes to, like,
international
he
name.
was a monster, bro. I thought he was gonna win it, but
I think that's my favorite thing about this show is like whenever either we have somebody on or have an Ariel here just being like, and then to go ahead and say that person's name. And he's like, that's you know,
we should play Say the Name or Take a Shot.
Say the name and take a shot is good. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Pronounce it right.
I feel like write that down. Write that down. Write that down. Write that down. I feel like that'd be a good one, but oh man, that's gonna be hard, bro. Some of these names, bro. I'm
These shots ready.
These
I'm just gonna say Korean zombie. I'm just gonna say that.
Yo, that fact, I don't even know.
Nicknames are useful.
Yeah, exactly.
They are. They are. I feel like some of these like Eastern European names are gonna be the one that throw me off. Even the French ones, actually, sometimes they throw me off because I don't know how to say like all that oui bonjour and all.
Yeah, sometimes it'll be like freaking.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll just call you Cyril Gon.
We're just gonna write it down. And be like, say that. Go ahead. You ahead. Speak that.
We
one.
just gotta hear it more.
Well, that's the thing is I feel like
right?
the only person I turn to for that is John Anik. John Anik, one of the announcers, he gets that thing perfect. Like even down
Buffer.
No, like Bruce Buffer, the announcer. So he will get it pretty good, and he gets it pretty spot on. But John Anik, one of the dudes at the desk that sits with Joe Rogan and Daniel Cormier, he I would think does it the best.
The other ball guy.
The other bald guy. Well, one of the three. One of the three.
I know.
Yeah, him.
I know.
I think he does it the best. I feel like when I hear him say the name, I say how he says it. Because to me, he takes a little bit extra. Right. He puts a little oomph on that thing, you know?
Yeah, since we're talking about Bruce Buffer real quick.
Yeah.
Yo, his suits.
Oh, man.
Now, just real quick, I just want to give a shout out.
Do we think, shout out to his tailor.
Yeah, his suits, fire, and then pronouncing all these names.
Do we think that he keeps all of the suits?
Nah.
We're approaching UFC 304.
Nah, he's not keeping.
That's a lot.
He probably keeps his favorite.
Honestly, at this
I'd
point,
donate 'em.
I think whoever makes them, like, rents it out to him or like gives it to him for
There's
free.
no way someone else is re-renting that suit unless you get told it's Bruce Buffer's suit.
More so like.
So this man with green rhinestones.
Nah, he just gives
on
those
it.
out. He'll keep the
it's
ones
just-
he wants, and he just gives those out.
I feel like they're just free, and he just puts them back on the shelf.
He has a separate house for the suits at this point. Like
he probably has like
think
the
he keeps
inside out suits and just flips them out every
You
time.
seen the last one? He
That'd
had,
be
he had
pretty
the Conor McGregor with the
on the inside.
with the
Chandler.
Yeah.
Like he had on the inside he had like the Conor.
The inside
McGregor.
lining, I think, is the dopest part. So if you follow him on Instagram, he always flexes the suits before the show, and it's pretty sick to see. But he has a tailor that's been his ride or die for a hot minute. I think that's like the dopest shit.
I remember
I've
one
seen.
of like the linings on one of his suits just said like "fuck you."
That's sick. Oh yeah,
That's the best promotion ever. Let me put my suit on Bruce Buffer.
Yeah.
Now my business booming. You
Now
know
my
what I'm saying?
business booming.
Yeah, right.
Bruce Buffer got this shit on.
Best
crazy.
intro too, bro. He has like best intro.
Oh, dude, there's nothing better than it's John. Like, no, that's something that like you're ready to run through a wall. I'm shadow boxing in my living room. I'm trying to shadow box right
You
now.
hear the story of him fighting?
He fought?
Yeah. I think he fought someone random on like Dana White was telling.
Are we talking about in the cage or in
real
the
life?
street?
Wait, who?
Real life.
On the
Bruce
street?
on the street.
Who is
Bruce
fighting Bruce Buffer? Have you seen
Buffer,
him? He be lifting?
I think he jazzed someone up on the elevator.
I
or
believe
something.
it.
That's
I
like
believe it.
crazy. Yeah,
I can imagine him like narrating. "Hey, I'm about to punch you with my right."
Who you fighting in the elevator? You fighting Dana White or Bruce Buffer in the elevator?
Nah, Bruce Buffer easy.
Bruce Buffer?
I ain't fighting Dana White.
You ain't fighting Dana White?
Nah. It's like fighting Joe Rogan. I ain't trying to fight Joe Rogan. Looks like they
Joe
can-
Rogan's way scarier, bro.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's least.
He's a pit bull.
Joe Rogan
bro.
would like wipe him. I would
He's
like to
someone
see
I don't
Joe
wanna-
Rogan fight Dana White.
My
That
fa-
would be crazy.
My
bro.
favorite
I
is
don't think Dana White can fight.
No?
Not like
No, he
not like Joe
boxes.
Rogan.
He boxes.
Not
He
like
boxes.
Joe Rogan.
Not
though.
like
He
Joe
boxes,
Rogan,
he
but
boxes. I fight
I
Dana
would still
White
like
in
to see
the
them both
UFC
fight in the cage,
okay.
in the octagon. That would be crazy.
I think Joe Rogan will kill him.
Yeah,
bro.
for
Yeah,
sure.
that's what I'm
If
saying.
you
I'm gonna put all
ever,
my
there's
money
always
on Joe Rogan.
clips of Joe Rogan always showing people how to do moves in his
Yep.
podcast, and it's always like, oh, I forget that you know how to do all of that. I forget that you're a former like Taekwondo champion.
Yeah.
Like when he throws that sidekick, bro, you're just like,
So fire.
Yeah.
I've been trying to work on that. My shit's not that good.
you gotta
yo.
watch the video of him showing what's his name? Why am I blanking? But he's showing Brian and some of them. He's showing him how to throw that kick. You gotta have that one because that's the one
That's
where
tough.
he's like, you gotta move your hip. You gotta move your hip.
He
hip,
kicks
the
the
hip.
shit out of that punching bag, bro. I've seen that video.
Yeah.
Or on the dummy when he does like a I think it's like a jump kick. You ever seen him punch like one of the dummies?
I know what you're talking about.
Like,
he
he
does a jumping switch kick on
Yeah,
one of the dummies.
exactly,
Yeah,
one of the dummies.
yeah. It's him with it's also him with the heavy bag. That thing, it sounds like a gunshot.
Yep.
Hell
He's
yeah.
in like a kind of it's an empty gym where it's like him and like three other people, but it sounds like a gunshot with that echo. Like I feel like it'd be cool to see. I mean, he's a way older now, but I feel like it'd be cool to see like old Joe Rogan highlights just to see him. He's like, I've knocked people out before. It's wild. He's like, you don't know.
And he's felt bad. Yeah. So he said.
So he says, I feel like it's a wild feeling. I don't know, man. I feel like
I just took this guy's life slightly.
You think that it's this like hype moment, but I feel like it's the same thing you see with a lot of these fighters. Like unless they have beef with that person, it's like an initial like let's go, and then immediately it's like, oh my god, are they okay? Or they even go over and they'll try to help them out, and they'll be like, let me lift up his legs or something. Yeah, but it's crazy. I don't know.
Hopefully they're not dying right now.
Yeah.
You take it as a sport, so I guess after a while you're like, it's just a part of the game, so that way it affects you a little bit more. It's like football, where like you'll get somebody that just gets absolutely murdered, like just a wide receiver that is not paying attention, and just a linebacker that clips something. You're just like, that's a hype moment because it doesn't happen that often.
Crazy,
but in fighting, you'll have like 6 knockouts in a night, so you know you're used to it. Or even in training, you'll do some shit like that. So that's also wild. But yeah, like I said, shout out to Dan Ige.
But shout out Diego Lopez too.
Diego Lopez is that guy. I don't care what anybody says, bro. Give him top 5.
He's someone. But earlier I was saying that like Brazilians are making a comeback.
He's one of the ones. He's the one that I feel like was a surprise that we got last year. That is the best surprise we've ever gotten so far. I don't know what it was. He was out of Alexa Grasso's camp. Takes a fight against there was another hard one. Imloev.
Take a shot.
Yeah, I know literally. Yves Loev.
I know exactly. I can picture it. I can see the word.
Yeah. Ozlar, Evil. But he takes a fight against him, and he loses that fight, but it was on a short notice fight, so it's another situation where you're taking that short notice hit. Yeah. But he does really well. He impresses the crowd. He almost gets him in a couple of different submissions, so people get really hyped. Yeah. So then he gets a couple more fights, and he's winning, and he's winning, and he's winning, and he's on this like track. But unfortunately, he had the situation where, to be fair, this whole card was a complete disaster. Like the amount of times the co-main event and the main event were swapped around, people got moved up and down on the card. He was supposed to fight Brian Ortega, who, listen, everybody's like, like we said, Dan Ige showed up in 6 hours' notice. There's a reason for that. It's because his opponent had to pull out on 6 hours' notice.
Right.
So
supposedly, he was sick, right?
Yeah. He had like a crazy flu, and like his team confirmed it. They were like, yo, like he was really good and ready to go, but literally the morning of, he woke up and he was down horrendous. And to be fair,
if you don't got a doctor's note, he gotta go.
So here's the thing, though.
Yeah, he got the.
Here's the thing. So the first complication that happened with their fight was that Brian Ortega, who took that fight on short notice to begin with, he was struggling to make the weight. So to cut down to the weight. So then they're like, all right, let's change the weight class and let's change it up and move up in weight. He's like, all right. Diego Lopez is like, fine, let's do it. And then weight cutting is a bitch. So I'm assuming he had to get sick from the weight cutting. With that, he had to pull out. But Diego Lopez, being the savage that he is, he's like, bro, anytime, anywhere, anybody, I don't care, bro. Yeah. Like, put him in. Like, I will say it's obviously better if you have a training camp. You can prepare for your opponent a little bit better. But you get put in that situation and you're a fucking G. What are you going to do? Say no? Yeah. Also, the UFC loves that shit.
Yeah, because if you're ready, you're ready. It doesn't matter.
I'll fight anyone.
He's already in the stadium, in the arena or whatever. You might as well. What are you going to do? Go home? Go sit in the crowd? Nah, you might as well pull up. Right. You get paid for it anyway. Although, I will say, I don't feel like in that situation, the UFC would have paid him out if he said no. And given all the bullshit he went through, the late, the first opponent change, then the weight, and then the second opponent change, I felt the UFC would have been like, bro, we understand. Here's your bag. Go on. But who knows? Because they always will just move like another fight up. It's not like they're gonna really force it that much and be like, oh, this is a huge hit to the card. Even though I will say, I think more people, including myself, was more hyped for Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez than initially I was Alex versus Yuri, which was also a really crazy fight. But I would think it was more hype for that one.
Yeah, that was a good fight.
Yeah, nice kick.
But
before we talk about that one, what else we got on the card?
I feel like on that card we had a couple of good fights on that one. But honestly,
you remember this girl with her eyebrow eye?
So that's the thing, is that like for me, like that fight with that's Mayra Bueno Silva. With that fight, it was a good one. Yeah. But it wasn't anything special. But then it ended with the doctor stoppage. But to be fair, she's over here complaining about it, bro.
She's leaking, bro. She looked like Kratos. Like her whole half of the face was just straight red, bro.
From here to here, it was cut open crazy.
Yo,
she's
some
bleeding.
of these girls be getting banged up.
Yeah,
I be seeing like one of the craziest fucking.
The forehead on Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, we love you, Joanna, but Jesus Christ. But yeah,
God bless.
with that cut,
Yeah,
she's
brain
over there.
blast.
Brain blast is crazy. That was crazy. But she's complaining to Dana White and the other guys at the UFC that was an early stoppage. And Dana White at the post-fight press conference was saying, he's like, yo, she's complaining to us and she's bleeding and leaking all over us. He's like, I have blood on my suit right now. I had blood on my face.
For real.
And she's just like yelling and
She's like, no,
shaking.
I can still fight.
And then he's just like, no, like,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Fuck that. You.
That reminded me of what? Nate Diaz. Remember Nate Diaz?
Oh,
When
yeah.
he fought? Yeah,
Well,
same
wait,
thing, bro.
it was the thing with him and Jorge
Masvidal.
Masvidal for the BMF
Yep.
thing. They had to
His
stop
whole
that one
eyebrow,
too.
same
Bro,
thing,
he's
bro.
always getting cut up, yo.
I mean,
They just recently
leaking.
fought again, though.
Oh yeah, the
but
boxing match.
Still, the BMF one was way better.
Yeah,
I think
way
it was way
better.
better.
I don't
Well-
like them boxing UFC match. The UFC fighters doing boxing
Yeah.
matches. I really
Yeah.
don't like
I
them.
don't know, man. I feel like there's a lane for it. It depends because you.
No, there is a
to be
lane
fair,
for it,
to
yeah.
be fair, you have like the whack ones when it's like you have the Ben Askren versus Jake Pauls or the
Yeah.
Tyron Woodley versus Jake Paul. Like nobody
Yeah.
really like some people got a hype for the
Woodley.
Woodley one, but it was
I
like
got put to
whatever.
sleep real quick.
But then you have guys like Mike fucking Perry, and he's
Yeah.
over here in bare knuckle boxing, and you have to.
yeah.
Yo, he
you
is
gotta
a
see
monster,
those.
bro. He is a
like,
monster.
do you see what I mean? But that's an
And then also
exciting turn.
Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
Francis
oh my
Ngannou.
God. and
Yo, the first
Joshua-
time, before that, when he fought
You're like, wait a minute, not that one. Let's not bring
Fury,
that
when
one
he
up.
fought Fury,
yeah.
he won that fight, bro.
Yeah.
I think so too.
He definitely won that fight. I lost my parlay on that one, but he won that fight.
So,
but
I had to
Anthony
get
Joshua though,
Oh my.
folded, bro.
I had to get educated on the Fury fight though, because
Yeah.
I'm not a boxer guy. Like you've always been like, yo, you gotta
Yeah.
watch these boxing fights. I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. It's always a point thing. Apparently, I go in
Yeah.
with the MMA mindset where I'm like, well, he's clearly hitting him harder.
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
gets the damage, and it's like, nah.
Nah, boxing's just the taps, the
Yeah,
points.
so- yeah.
It's just like how Mayweather's the best. He's the best counter fighter, but still one of the best, quickest, because, he be dodging the hits and he just be tapping.
Getting the points.
5D's a dodgeball.
Yeah, he
Yeah. Dodge, duck, dive, dip, dodge.
Oh,
There you go. There you go. That was sick. That was sick.
No one makes me bleed my own blood.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
this. Come on.
Hell yeah.
Fuck it, it's a true fan right there.
Yeah, bro, all day.
Yeah, man. I think that when it comes to those cuts and stuff like that with Nate Diaz, I think it's one of those things where you got like that scar tissue. It's easy to
Oh,
cut
his
again.
whole
so
life just
you
fucking-
see it. And then with him and Jorge fighting, I think that now that opens up a lane for a third fight. Jorge's still under contract with the UFC, even though he like retired from them. So
Yeah.
it's a possibility that happens again. Although apparently that Nate and the UFC have some tension. So
Yeah. So
I don't know.
Nate's not going back to UFC.
For real?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
He was asked if he would do another Conor fight, and he was down.
so that's
Well, that's
the
a
thing.
huge bag.
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
course,
yeah.
anyone's gonna want to do a
I
Conor
think
fight.
sure.
I think the Conor fight's a big one, and then, like I said, I was listening to Ariel Helwani earlier today, and it's what was it? He was having an interview with Dustin Poirier a couple days ago, and it was Dustin Poirier was saying he would be interested in a Nate fight. Feel like that'd be a good fight.
That'd be a good fight for him.
Dustin Poirier is also like, I just want. He's like, if it's something exciting, something challenging, something that's like big and like, wow,
Yeah.
I'll come back.
that's
But-
some money.
Yeah.
That's a
He's
good
like, right now
money
I'm
fight.
kind of out, but that's the thing is that like, I mean, I think I don't know if he would fight Conor, but Conor would definitely fight Dustin. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
nah,
kinda
'cause he already beat him.
He's
He's
like, I
like,
beat him
come on.
twice. I get,
Yeah.
like the money's there, but
If I was
it's something
Conor,
that
I'd
doesn't
want to.
like.
I'd
Nah.
want to fight
You want
Dustin.
Nah, just because you already lost twice as dude.
I know, but you lost with that broken leg. It's like, I still got to actually fight the guy.
So I think that's also part of the
don't
thing
know.
why he wasn't on the previous card because of the whole his pinky toe was busted. He was saying he's like, I need to be at 100% if I'm
He's
going to
tired of that shit, yeah.
Bro,
I mean, to be
a
fair, he's
pinky,
been-
come on.
I know, that was crazy.
Pinky
So
that was crazy.
I think I agree with you, bro. Like I think that it's just something where you push through some shit, but at the same time, I have to play devil's advocate. If you're in a position, right?
Yeah.
You've gotten beaten up a couple of times now.
Yeah.
You've lost to an injury. This is your comeback fight, and this is the make or break of your legacy. Because after this,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are just washed.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
lose
yeah.
to Michael Chandler.
He technically doesn't have to fight no more.
But that's what I'm saying.
But
Like,
yeah.
would you want to come back at like 1,000% ready to go, or you want to come back at like 98? You know
I
what
want to come back 1,000% ready to go, but if I already lost to this guy twice and you already did all your shit talking and like the hype's not there no more, and the hype was there with Michael Chandler, but they've like fucking dragging this fight out so long, I don't know. I'd rather see Conor fight someone else. I wouldn't want to see him
I
fight Poirier
heard
again.
there's rumors going around that apparently that what might happen at the Sphere, even though it's supposed to be like the Mexicans, like thank you to
Yeah.
the Mexicans card. But I mean, Conor McGregor fight is a Conor McGregor fight.
Yeah.
People are gonna tune in for that one. But I think that it's an exciting opportunity to fight like Conor McGregor, but not necessarily an exciting fight for the fans anymore.
Yeah, it's because it's been so long now.
I don't know, man. A lot of these, like I said, I haven't really grown up in the Conor McGregor era. I got to watch his fights post the actual fight, so I'm like on ESPN Plus watching them shits. And
I watched this whole.
I saw like the first Conor McGregor fight that I got to witness was him fighting Donald Cerrone. So it was cool.
No way.
Because you get
For real.
So you get that like hype.
Yes,
you get
you
the
really
energy.
did, you missed.
I missed it all.
It
for
was
me,
so good too. It was
so for me, to be honest with you, like, yo, he's some bum like that.
Bro,
now.
that's wild.
Because here's my thing. No, here's my thing. A lot of people give a lot of fighters disrespect on their way out when they get washed, but then they don't talk about the shit in the past.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor, everyone's fucking giving him head over the shit that he did in the past, and I'm like, okay, well, right now he's a bum. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
he couldn't fight the top 10 right now. He's
he's on his way out for sure.
Yeah, you gotta watch out. He can still knock people out with his shoulder, bro.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
But that's why Donald Cerrone.
I know that's what I'm saying. But no,
I think for me, he's like,
nah,
I
he don't got
care,
it, bro. After that injury right now, you don't got it. All you gotta do is aim for the leg,
He
bro.
looked good in that fight until that happened.
Aim for the leg. That's all Chandler has to do. Bro.
All I'm saying is 3-0.
Sweep low.
Because I saw that from the beginning type shit. I feel like I always got hope for him.
You guys remember the
it.
Tony Ferguson Justin Gaethje fight?
Yeah.
There was one moment where Tony Ferguson did like a low sweeping kick, and that's what he's got to do. Where he did some like Mortal
Pretending to
Kombat.
throw sand
He was
and
like,
shit.
yeah, throw sand.
Throw sand in the eyes. Yeah.
That's what you got to do. Honestly, I feel like
Back to his karate shit.
I said to somebody, they call me crazy, but I think that it'd be like Conor McGregor versus Tony Ferguson. Book it. Like at that point, like nobody cares anymore.
Why not?
Book that shit.
I don't
Like,
wanna see that.
because it's him or Nate. Like, bro, I'm not trying to see even Michael
I don't wanna see-
Chandler.
I'd rather see
I
him
think Michael
fight Max
Chandler's gonna
Holloway.
kill him, bro. I think
Chandler is gonna kill him.
Max Holloway is gonna kill him again. These
Yeah,
are money
for sure,
fights, but
for sure.
I just think it's well, maybe he'll give him a better chance because they're gonna be striking the whole time. But I think also, if I was Michael Chandler, if everything was set and happened as planned, and they fought when they were supposed to, and it wasn't prolonged for such a long time,
He would've got him for
I
sure.
think Conor would have beat him.
You think
Now I'm thinking Michael
With more
Chandler
time?
is gonna be like, I'm just gonna wrestle this man,
Bro,
to
Michael Chandler was
oblivion.
killing it, bro.
he's
Michael
I just
Chandler's
want
like
at this
a
point,
pit
I just
bull,
want the
bro.
paycheck. I don't even care about like the
fuck
fight.
him.
I just want the paycheck. That's what
Yeah.
I would do at least. I wouldn't care. I would just
Yeah.
W. I mean, I guess it's beating Conor McGregor and beating him in exciting fashion is great for your career. But at this point, you're getting the check. A win bonus is a win bonus, baby.
Exactly. Go for the win.
I just
Go for the submission, bro. If it's stand up, Conor
bro,
has a chance.
like
But
you just
submission,
you just Khabib him,
got
bro.
it.
You
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
You take him down and you just ground and pound him until he can't no more, bro. That's all you do. Pause, I guess. I don't know.
That's true.
But since we're on the subject of UFC and all this other stuff, guys, we have a couple of cards coming up soon. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a lull between UFC 3 and UFC 4, somewhat, and unless you're like me and you're a degenerate, because there's a lot of really good fights that are coming up.
then
But
a little
I will
mix.
say, like in terms of excitement, like nobody, to my knowledge, is really excited for. I would say any of the upcoming fight nights, like this. I would say the
Right.
Rose Namajunas, Tracy Cortez fight. That one has some buzz, but like nobody was really like I said, super excited for it. But UFC 304 is the thing to look forward to for sure.
100%.
We got Leon Edwards
That's it.
versus Bilal Muhammad. But as always,
I like that fight.
I feel like this time I'm going to ask you, because I always ask him, but I'm going to ask you. How do you want to go about breaking this card down? Do you want to go top to bottom, meaning that we'll go from main event and then we'll work all the way down to the first fight of the night?
Yeah.
Or do you want to go first fight of the night and work all the way up to the main event?
From a few episodes that I've seen, I know you guys, do from low card and all the way up.
Yeah.
Let's start from the top and we'll break it down.
All right, we'll
If
do a
anyone
little
at the bottom list makes it to it, they'll make it. But if not, we'll start at the
Yeah,
top.
we'll start at
Let's
the
get
top,
it.
we'll start at the
But
top.
before we start this card,
I like that. Pause.
you got to pause on start this card? No. I brought some cards. You feel me?
I like that. I like that.
So
Pause.
I got a couple cards, and I want to see whoever gets like the best card.
I like this. I like this. We gonna open this bad boy
We got an
up.
opening pack. You feel me?
Live opening.
So
I love doing this.
I hope
I do this with like basketball cards, baseball cards.
Hell yeah! I hope somebody hits that $1 million card. Let's get it.
The UFC
let's
motherfucking.
get it.
This is fire.
But the audio with the paper is crazy.
Yeah, right.
All right, ready? First card.
What you got?
Let's see if you can pronounce
Limited
it.
edition, Justin Gaethje right there.
Oh, okay.
All right, I feel like I'm an American Psycho. But, Dan Allen's card is exquisite.
All right, let's see who I got here. Who's a good one here? have a Gilbert Burns up in here.
That's a solid one.
Okay, that is a solid one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Ariel, go with yours, but I got a good one right here because I can't wait.
What is it? What you got?
I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't get the best fucking deck.
I didn't either.
Reshuffle.
I just want to see this.
Jack Jenkins.
All right,
Ready, ID clear warrior.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play the game. Say the name, take a shot. Go ahead.
Oh man, what we doing?
You got that?
All right, I'll try. All right. I kind of want to take a shot, but let's see. Give me your best. Damir Ismagulov.
Okay.
You gotta say a little
Sounds
Russian.
Dominican.
Ismagulov.
Damir Ismagulov.
I feel like that one's pretty spot on. I feel like that one's pretty good. I feel like, all right, let's see. Damir Ismagulov? I feel like Ismagulov sounds
Going
correct.
straight to the gulag.
I feel like gulag. I'm not, either way, I'm gonna go like that.
Right.
I'm gonna just, you know what I mean?
And last little set here.
No way, you got more.
How many cards you got in that pocket, bro?
What kind of pocket is this? Hopefully this deck is a little better
That's
than
it. It
the
was a
last.
reshuffle.
But the last one, my shit was
Let's see,
fucking
let's see,
weak.
let's see, let's see, let's see,
I
let's see.
didn't want to show any of my cards.
And it was,
Like, damn, I don't even know.
you're like,
these
who's
things.
this guy?
There has to be some good
I got a Roman Dolidze. He won recently. Shout out Roman
Oh,
Dolidze.
yeah, yeah,
Israel Adesanya.
okay.
Shout out Izzy, the last style
nice,
bender.
nice,
you know what I mean?
nice.
We're cooking. We're cooking.
That one holographic? That look crazy from here.
All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a Michael Chiesa, which I'm not really like too happy about. And then I'm gonna be honest with you. They got him a little zesty in this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what kind of?
They got him.
Yeah, why they got him walking like that?
I don't know. It's a little.
Oh,
There you go. You got some heat over there.
What you got?
What you got?
I got Sean Strickland.
Oh,
Hey, there we
Okay,
go.
okay, and then I got a John Jones.
Oh, okay.
Fire.
I gotta.
This is crazy.
I don't know who that is, but I gotta. You go ahead with that one. Go ahead.
Okay. I got this one. I got
All
this
right,
one.
ready. You gotta.
Matheus Rebecki.
All right. Wait, where's the shot?
No, you got.
Matheus.
Is there a number in here? No. Matus? Yeah, I guess. Rebecki?
See, I wasn't that off.
Is there silent letters in there?
No, I feel like it's definitely Matus Rebecki. Here's my thing: is it me or is the Z at the end of that name is throwing it off? Right? Yeah.
Like, why throw the Z in
It's
there?
gonna be like Mateus.
I don't got much. I just got a Ricky Simon over here.
I ain't getting anything that good either. All I have is an Anderson Silva and a holographic Max Holloway.
Okay.
That Max Holloway go crazy.
So that Max Holloway is crazy.
This is hard.
That's
This
the
is
blue
hard.
eyes white dragon.
We gotta
man.
start getting stands.
Yo, reshuffle, bro. Reshuffle.
Then we gotta start getting like stands. Just have the cards out here, bang. Like that one is
Jesus,
hard.
that's a good
bro.
fucking
Fire,
card.
Yeah, man, I appreciate
That
it.
one
That's
looks
crazy.
good, man.
No
That's
doubt,
a crazy.
no doubt.
Leave that one right there. That one's on display for the room.
Damn.
All right, now we can start with this card, but since I kind of messed up on the name, let me get a quick shot real quick.
Nah, we'll take it. All right, bet. So if we're gonna break down this card real quick. Let's start off. What did he say? He said
Top to bottom.
top to bottom. So then we got to go with Leon Edwards, Bilal. Remember the name Muhammad.
Yeah.
Yo, thank you for giving Bilal his shot.
Yeah.
Bilal
He
Muhammad.
deserves it for sure.
Listen,
Yeah,
I know people. Listen, I know he gets a lot of hate for no reason. I know people think he's corny for no reason. I know he gets a lot of
There's a
disrespect.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons, but I'm trying to be nice here. But Bilal has been proving himself, putting out, in my opinion, pretty good performances. He's so far on a pretty good unbeaten streak for a while. I mean, he has his losses, but he's been putting on a pretty good streak. So has Leon, and he's been ducked and dived for every single title shot for the last 3 title shots, and I don't understand why.
Yeah.
I feel like
see it as like the exciting.
no, and
the seats. You gotta sell
okay,
the
but
seats.
so here's my thing
The
though,
business.
and this is the argument I feel like happens all the time: is this sports or is this entertainment? Is this an actual?
It's an entertaining sport.
No, all right, here we go with the words. I feel like this is.
It's the money first, which is the entertainment.
They got this
And then the
WWE. They got this WWE stuff going on where I'm like, I get it, where you're like, let's put on like the bigger money fights and whatnot, but at the same time, it's like you get to the point where you are
still wanna see
undeniable.
the best.
It's like, yo, go by the rankings, bro.
Go by the rankings. In my opinion, listen. I understand that you have some fights. You're like, bro, ain't nobody care, but they can still put on an exciting fight. You just never know. So you got to give it to the guys whose skill set is proving that they're getting these W's. Like, listen, we all know that there's these styles that are like more exciting than others. Everybody loves a striker. Everybody loves a kickboxer, a boxer, anybody like that. The wrestling, the jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
sometimes, unless you like, it's rare you get somebody that's like explosive like that. Like, again, we were talking about earlier, me not really seeing all these fighters in their prime. Go back and watch these DC highlights.
Yeah.
DC was tossing people around.
Yeah.
That's a wrestler.
Yeah,
DC was picking
was nice,
you up,
bro.
and you was getting yeeted across the octagon.
If he fought anyone other than Jones, he still would have been killing it, bro.
It's insane. I feel like now I'm like blown away because I know DC is like as an analyst and just this guy, and even then like people kind of hate on him because he's like a company man. But
the
like
John Jones guy.
Yeah.
When I
The
watched
John Jones rivalry.
going back and
the rivalry
watching,
was crazy.
like,
Before that, he had a nice run, bro.
Watching the press conferences from the John Jones stuff, I'm like, DC's a killer, bro. Like, this man is intense. Like you don't think
Okay,
he's all
him
jolly, but
versus Joe Rogan.
DC.
Yeah.
DC. I think DC is just
Rogan still has a chance, though.
Yeah.
I think
They're
it's
both older
so
now, boy. He might
choke
take
him
care of
out.
his
He might
body.
choke
It's
him
a bit
so
more.
funny when people like mess with him when they see him in like the hallways and stuff. They always show him like he'll always go for like a single leg, but I think he does it like I can do it. Like, he's like, he
can
makes
still
the noise
do
like I
this.
can.
Even at the airport, if I take out the champ, I'm the champ.
He did it to Alex, and he's just like, I can just do this so
Yeah,
When
easy right
Jordan
now.
starts playing one-on-one randomly.
I think it's one of those things where he's like, I just got to let you know. It's like when someone puts their hand on your shoulder a little too hard. You're just like, what are you trying to show me right now?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's him. He's like, I'm gonna just get you in the single leg.
By the way, I know
yeah.
I'd be behind the table, but
Let you know, I'll toss you right now. But
DC.
to give you guys a little bit more info, Leon Edwards right now is 22-3. Bilal Muhammad is 23-3. So similar records right now going into it. Both of them on a pretty similar unbeaten streak going into this fight. So I would say this is the rematch that I've been waiting for because I remember watching their first fight when they had that eye poke when Leon Edwards is, I'm talking knuckle deep
What are we gonna do
pause
about those?
in his eye.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then people giving Bilal crap because they're like, "Oh, pussy, get up."
Yeah, you got another eye.
bro. They did the zoom. He literally like,
Bro, like,
whole hand,
listen,
bro.
Touch his brain.
It's like it's gonna
So
be part, it's just part
me,
of it.
it's I think that they have to start getting really aggressive with the points getting taken away. Because my thing, I understand it's a style. John Jones, I'm looking at you. I understand it's a style to be like like this when they're doing that
Smacking
reach out.
niggas.
Why do you have to hand? Yeah, I understand you're the reach, but your fingers are open like that. Like you're asking for an eye poke. The guy lunges forward to punch you, eye poke. Like he tries to sway and you're going that way, eye poke. Anything that there's any sort of movement either way, and you're putting your hands out like this, eye poke. So the gloves, unless they make it into permanent fists, eye poke. It's gonna happen. So
But you can't do any submissions with permanent fists.
no, you can't. So that's what I'm saying. Like
It's gonna be part of it forever.
It's a
eye
thing
pokes
of,
are gonna be like
well, that's what I'm saying. I think if anything, now it has to be a thing of like if you're gonna have a sport where eye pokes happen, you at least have to be a little harder on the fighters to make sure their technique is there.
It's gonna be
because
fingertip gloves. That's what it's gonna be.
that's
you might have to wear some goggles.
everyone's going in there with like catcher's mitts, swinging at each other. I thought that'd be really funny. But yeah, the last time that they fought, I thought it was a pretty good fight. I thought Bilal was doing pretty good. It was a couple of years ago though, so they both evolved and had their big moments. Obviously, Leon Edwards has now become the champion, so that's a big moment for the welterweight division.
Impressed by his.
By the way, I talk about it often. That head kick towards Kamaru Usman.
Wild, bro.
Still mad at Melvin for being like, I think I'm gonna go with Leon. I think he's gonna, get it done. Not knowing anything about the sport. And look at that fucking shit, bro. I'm so. All right, man. As long as you didn't make any money, I'm good with it. But I think.
Bro, Usman was like asking for it, bro. After all those like toe stompings, bro, he had to get knocked out, bro.
I see,
Yo,
you
but like,
can't hit on him like that.
Bro, he was killing it, but then them toe stompings started to get real annoying.
When's the next Usman fight?
That's a good question.
Because I don't like. I love Leon Edwards. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
But I don't like how Usman kind of disappeared after he lost those.
Yeah.
No. He fought him twice,
Yeah.
lost, and he's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let's figure this out. And he's in the same kind of position that Dustin Poirier is in. He's like, I'm
true.
taking these big fights. So
He's still nasty.
He's
though.
like,
Yeah,
I gotta fight somebody. I don't know. Maybe we'll fight. I don't know. Hamzat Shemaev of all people is who he decided to fight afterwards. So he fought Hamzat recently. That was his most recent fight. Not recent, like in the last couple months, but
still after
his
Edwards,
last fight. And he did pretty good. It was a decision, which is surprising because people thought that Kamaru was going to lose and just get murdered by Hamzat. Didn't. But he showed that he's still good. I will say he's in a spot where we got 1 or 2 fights left. We'll give him 1 or 2 big fights. Let's give him some money fights. Let's give him something interesting. He's fighting at 170. He'll fight maybe 185, but I think more so still stay at 170. So there's also the idea of the guys that are at 155 moving up to 170 that could fight him, stuff like that. That'd be kind of cool. Or you could have him fight some people in the middle. Maybe they do catch weights. But just give him some fun fights and then see him go. You know what I mean?
Versus Muhammad after saying.
That'd be cool too. I feel like if Bilal either wins or loses, I feel like him versus Kamaru Usman would make sense. I feel like that'd be a good fight.
It's a good attention grabber.
I don't think. Well, the thing is also actually with a win, if he becomes the new champion, it wouldn't make sense for him to fight Kamaru Usman, even with the notoriety. Just because he also lost to Hamza, he's now on a 3-fight losing skid. So. That kind of puts a damper on that, but I feel like it'd be a good thing to see him come back. I personally, as much as I am a fan of Bilal Muhammad, I still think this is Leon Edwards' era. I think he takes it.
Yeah.
He looked real sharp that last fight that he fought.
Yeah. I will say though, they've both been ironing or sharpening that sword. So I feel like they've been ironing the creases out of their game and they've been figuring it out. So I see this being a very competitive fight. I see this going to most likely a decision. I think I'm going to go with decision. I think Leon Edwards takes it, though.
Edwards on the money line. I got Edwards.
Edwards on the money line? I like that.
I got Edwards decision.
Decision?
Yeah.
I'm with it. I think, all right, yeah, I'm going to go with decision on that one. Yeah, I'm going to stay with that. I think it's going to be a good fight overall.
His defense was amazing. His takedown defense was... I don't know. He's been improving so much everywhere. I feel like every time he's like,
well, that's why I think he's gonna take it. I think that it's gonna be a thing where Bilal Muhammad is known for his like wrestling. He's gotten better with the hands. He's gotten a lot better with the striking, as we saw against him versus Sean Brady.
Yeah.
But I think that he's gonna go for the takedowns, and as we saw with Leon versus Kamaru, Leon's gonna stuff those takedowns. We're gonna go back to the feet. One of the best strikers in the world right now is Leon Edwards. I feel like he's got to change his name. He's got to be like Leon Headshot Edwards.
Yeah, Headshot.
After the Headshot Dad, I feel like Leon Headshot Edwards. That'd be fire.
Not bad.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what his nickname is. I don't
even know either. That's what I'm saying. Make it
Headshot now. Yeah.
Book me as a publicist. I got you. Headshot. Leon Headshot Edwards. There we go. I think that it's going to be a close fight. I think it's going to be a good fight, but I think that Leon's probably going to take the lead somewhere in the 4th or 5th round, and we'll go from there. We'll see what happens.
Maybe from like some takedown defenses, you know what I'm saying? Like
I'll say for sure this is a fight that isn't the most exciting. I'm going to be honest with you to the fans, but it's something that needs to happen. Is the way I'm going to word it.
Right.
When it comes to taking it as, like I said earlier, sport or entertainment, we got to get the entertainment, but man, we got to get that sport too. We got to go by the rankings.
Way, exactly.
You got to go by the rankings.
Knock out the rankings, and then
I like that it's in England too. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what we have after that though? Whoever wins. Shavkat Rakhmonov is afterwards, though. And that's somebody who you want the wrestling, you want the striking, you want the jiu-jitsu, as balanced as you can be, and a killer in all of them. Like, he's going to be somebody that I think that this is still, like I said, it's Leon Edwards' era, but I think that that's going to be his toughest test, upcoming test in this division, where you have so many spots that is dangerous. So you really got to be careful with that. But we'll see how it goes. I feel like I said, Leon by decision. We got Leon by decision. You went Leon by decision.
Yeah.
We got Leon by decision. Melvin? Yeah. Leon by decision. We'll take it.
Yeah, unanimous.
So then that's the main event. Like I said, you said top down?
Yeah.
Top down.
Top down. So that's the main event. That's the big one. Now we're going to move down to the co-main event. We got
England.
Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Razor Blades.
Yeah.
That was going to be good.
Tom
That's a good
Aspinall
nickname.
got the...
It's going to be good.
Another rematch, surprisingly also from an injury. Look at that. Co-main main event. So they fought, and Tom Aspinall had like this weird knee injury in the middle of the fight. It was early enough where some people say it was like, oh, Tom was winning. But to me, I rewatched the fight recently. It's kind of either. You couldn't really know yet. It wasn't in that flow state yet. So you didn't see it really going one way or the other. At the moment in time it was happening, Tom was pressing Curtis, and he was pushing him back, and then he kind of just fell back as his knee got like, I don't even say blown out. I don't even know what happened. He just fell backwards and started holding it, and the ref was like, all right, it's over. So at the time, he was on the offense. He was the aggressive one, but I don't know. I will say this one's going to be a good one, like you said.
Yeah.
I think that this is going to be a test of skills, because Curtis Blades, as much as he's like one of the best wrestlers in the heavyweight division right now, boy loves those hands. So and Tom Aspinall is also another well-rounded fighter. Overall, put him anywhere. I mean, he knocked out Sergey
Pavlovich.
There you go. Knocked him out. But I think it's going to be
tough, bro.
That one, I think more people are excited for that fight. It's the same thing that happened with 303. I think people, are, as good as the main event is, I think people are more excited for the co-main than they are the main event.
Mm-hmm. That happens a few times. But
here's a part of it, though. There's a lot of things when it comes to this fight is like very exciting. Everybody's very excited to see this fight. But Tom Aspinall also happens to be the interim heavyweight champion of the world, who is saying that John Jones is ducking him. So there's a lot of implication that goes with this fight.
If I was Jones, I would have much rather fight Stipe all day.
So why are you waiting for Stipe? I'm right here.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was calling him and he kept ducking him. So he's like, they already got the Stipe fight. They're not changing the Stipe fight because John Jones got injured. Remember, so they had to push that fight back. So they were like, all right, so we're gonna push that back.
Another broken toe.
No, he had. I don't know, right? No, he had a. No, he fights with those broken toes.
Yeah, tape him up.
Yeah.
But he had a torn pec. I think. Yeah, so
like something crazy.
Like that's insane. I couldn't even imagine. I be seeing videos where by the way, my Instagram reels is horrid. I see accidents, people dying, fight videos.
Man, what are you searching?
No, dude, it's horrible. So one of the worst ones is exercise videos gone wrong. So you'll see somebody benching like way too much, and you'll just see something snap or rip, and all the weight just you're like, oh my god! Bro,
I hate seeing those.
I'd rather see
squats. Let me rewind that.
The squats when the legs give out.
Man. I'd rather see
the leg press when the knee goes the other way.
I hate the worst, that. I'd rather see the most gruesome massacre of the cartel. Then watch someone benching and their arms fucking give out or something.
It's something about seeing bones break that just makes it so gross, man. Yeah, I can't stand that stuff. But so I feel like there's a lot of implication that goes into this fight. There's a lot of things of if Tom Aspinall is able to win and retain the title, if John Jones wins and beats Stipe, that's the fight I think that would probably happen over Alex versus John Jones. I think Alex versus John Jones is more exciting, but I think that Tom versus John Jones is also very exciting.
I think it's good.
Yeah,
I think it'll be. I
feel like Tom being the hometown hero kind of guy. Well, it's in England, right?
Yeah, Manchester.
I feel like that energy gonna be different. Might help him get that dub.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying? I can see that. And he gets his full camp now, even though he won without a very full camp. He gets his full camp, full training sessions, gets to study Curtis Blades. He already had the first one where he had a camp against Curtis Blades, so he gets to take that information, now build on it a little bit more. Curtis Blades, though, on the other hand, coming off a win against Jailton Almeida. I love when you see the UFC veterans, the dudes that have been in it for a little bit or a hot minute, and they just stump the guy that's on the rise. It's the funniest thing in the world to me. Because this guy's on fire, but everyone's like, yeah, but he wins in one way. And then he had that kind of whack fight against Derek Lewis. So then he goes up against Curtis Blades, and then Curtis Blades is like, yeah, no, I'm gonna show you what's up. Literally, it's just mink.
Hands.
It's so good. But yeah, so I think Curtis Blades, honestly though, I think that the odds between them should be pretty even. I think that he has what it takes to be able to beat him.
I think so.
I think he has the...
If anyone has a chance, he definitely has a chance.
Punches chance, always the punches chance, literally with the hands, but then I feel like the wrestling is there. I feel like this fight is going to go to the ground, and we're going to see how that goes.
That's where he's going to win,
well, that's the thing. If he's able to get him in full mount and just fucking bam, that's going to be crazy.
That would be crazy.
Because then that throws a whole wrench in everything, because there's also, like I said, there's the talk about... Alex moving up in weight, I think, is the talk of heavyweight right now. Surprisingly, heavyweight is literally who's Alex going to fight, not what's going on in heavyweight division. I think that nobody would be excited to watch Alex versus Curtis Blades because everybody knows how that's going to go. Curtis Blades is going to shoot that double leg and just end it.
I don't want to see that one.
Nobody wants to see that one. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of really.
I don't think that's that bad though of a fight. Honestly, I don't think that's that bad.
No, but we're talking about who's going to watch that. Who's going to If I'm showing you, so here's my thing, right? You're somebody let's say it's somebody who doesn't really watch fights, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna show you two guys and be like, these are the two guys, right? And I'm gonna explain to you who they are. I think that you're more enticed to see the guy who has the native war paint on, who's yelling and screaming and shooting imaginary bow and arrows and then killing people, versus this giant British man who has been knocking out and submitting people over
Tom Aspinall.
I
think I like that fight
over. If I'm explaining you who Curtis Blades is, who has moments where where he has exciting fights, but then also it was like put to sleep and flatlined by Derek Lewis,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
has had some like
Derek
fights
Lewis is Derek
before.
Lewis, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if I'm putting
Most knockouts, right?
As if I'm putting my marketing hat on and I'm putting that promo together,
Yeah.
that looks way better to see,
Yeah.
especially when you have the previous story with Tom Aspinall, 12 days notice, just like his hero Michael Bisping,
Yep.
getting off the couch, becoming the champion.
Yeah,
You're like,
that was crazy.
whoa, like you want to see that one.
That was a crazy fight.
Who else would if not those? If not John Jones, Stipe, and
Them big boys are whack, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Heavyweight's kind of mid because you
No,
got to
it
think
really
about
is.
like who's in the top 5. It's like it's kind of hard because it's like there's some dudes that are just there as like power punchers, but that's all they really do. It's not like a whole lot of skill. So
Cyril Gane, fucking.
well,
ready
that's
to go
something-
back.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. As a no title fight, just to get his feet wet, I feel like Alex versus Cyril Gane would be a great
That would be
fight.
a perfect
That'd be good.
transition fight.
That'd be
Yeah.
a great
Like,
fight.
yeah.
I think that's one that even with his loss against John Jones, where everybody was kind of like bitching him for how bad he lost, I think that would still be one where you're like, all right, but we got 2 strikers, so we'll take it.
Yeah,
you know
right,
what I
yeah.
mean? So I feel like people will get excited for that one. I think that Tom Aspinall is probably going to win this one. Curtis Blades has a shot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, if it goes to the ground,
Putting
I'm
your
gonna
money
go with
on
Curtis Blades.
Putting your money on Curtis Blades, who's probably the underdog right now, I feel like wouldn't be a bad idea. But I feel like Tom Aspinall takes this one. I think that he's just too well rounded. Where it's like I think in my mind everyone is leaning towards if it gets on the ground, like you just said,
Yeah.
Curtis Blades. But what if it doesn't?
Exactly. If it doesn't, then Aspinall.
So that's what I'm saying.
Aspinall has it within, I believe, the first 2 rounds.
Aspinall also has submission wins too.
If Curtis Blades makes it to the 3rd round, he can get him.
Your thoughts?
I got Tom Aspinall. I don't know what it is, but for some reason I'm a fan.
I feel like we gotta take
I
it.
don't know.
I think you're also
beast,
right.
bro.
There's something about that UK, like
Yeah, that's
huge,
what it
bro.
is. It really-
he is.
It really
He's a
is
big
that
heavyweight, bro.
UK, just being the hometown hero and like the energy behind the fans. I feel like that makes a difference. When
I like that you brought that up with him, but you didn't even mention it with Leon Edwards, though.
Leon Edwards is Jamaican, isn't he?
But he's from UK. He reps UK.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a whole Caribbean
Well,
culture. They're Dominican London dudes over there too, brother. We gotta go see our people.
Damn, that shit
We
crazy.
gotta see. Also in Canada, there's a whole gang of Dominicans. We gotta go see our people.
Yeah, we out there. We everywhere.
I can't go there.
Shouts out.
Shouts out,
shouts
small
out.
country, big moves, son.
That's right.
Next on the card, we got Bobby. So here's what's
Oh,
interesting.
yeah.
So recent news. So
This is a good one.
Breaking news.
Bobby Green no more. Ladies and gentlemen, King Green versus
Officially
Patty the
royalty.
Baddie Pimblett. Changing your name to King is crazy.
It is
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
I
That's
feel like
bold.
Yeah.
the whole like I'm just gonna be like here's a noun, a verb, or some shit
Yeah.
like that. Where you're just like I'm gonna just make it this thing. It's like I could get it,
But it's like, why limit yourself to king if you're gonna change it? Like,
God.
shit. Lord Green.
Lord Green is crazy.
Like, bro, if I'm gonna change it, I'm not gonna limit myself to like just
I've
king,
been
you know
looking
what I mean?
into figuring out how to become knighted and become a
Sultan
sir. I feel like
Green.
being a sir is crazy too. I feel like I do that one. I feel like that'd be fun.
Yeah, your majesty.
Your Majesty, Your Grace. If you were literally to change your name to Your Grace Bobby King
Yeah.
Green, like that's wild. I feel like that'd be wild. We gotta.
So
we-
respectful. Like,
Yeah.
it's automatic respect to everywhere you go.
it's like
you're
Game
great.
Game of Thrones and House of Dragons when they come in and they have this long ass announcement when someone just walks in. They're like Lord of the Seven Kingdoms. You gotta give this crazy intro.
Like a
Bruce
fucking
Buffer
paragraph.
saying that.
Yeah. My first name's a paragraph.
Grace.
A speech.
Yo, Grace. You just change your name to Your Grace. That's even better.
That's the first name
Your
put
Grace.
together.
Your Grace King.
It's King
You just get rid of Green entirely.
Bobby Green.
Bobby Green to Your Grace Lord King Green God.
Got his whole head tatted.
I'm with it. I got Bobby Green in this one. I'm not even gonna break this one down. I got Bobby Green.
Yeah, if you change his name,
Just
yeah.
If you're off the name change,
Off the name change.
we all got King Green in
But
this.
then
Yeah,
again,
King Green.
I don't think Patty's that nice, bro.
So Patty has a lot of like hype behind it, but I agree with you. I feel like in the last couple fights I've seen him like,
Definitely decisions. Like,
Jared Gordon, that one was
He's Irish?
People thought that Jared Gordon
Yeah.
won that one. He is. He was like another one. So he has a huge following in like in the EU. I'm gonna say like over there, people
because
really
since Connor's
love-
out, everyone's like, oh, let's see what's up with Patty.
So that, like the accent
That's the
now.
thing is that like I feel like every now and then they get this Irish dude who I feel like anytime they have like somebody coming from Ireland, there's always this extra thing about them being like Connor. Like that's the thing with Ian
we got
Machado
another
Gary,
Connor in there.
where they're like, oh, they hear the accent. accent there. I mean, like Conor McGregor. They hear that Irish, they're like Conor McGregor.
Oh, you fight? You from here?
But I don't want them to. This
Associate that
is
with-
my beef with Ian Machado Gary is I think that he tries to be like Conor McGregor. Be your own guy.
Yeah.
I get that you get the Conor McGregor comparison and people are like hyping you up that way. Be your own person.
Yeah,
exactly.
Don't you don't gotta
Make your
feel
own
that.
history.
No, there's no need to because then you're gonna look weird and you're gonna seem unauthentic.
Yep.
You don't want to be that.
No, because then I feel like the fans
Like
don't gravitate you.
Connor was putting on a show, but I feel like that's really him as well. You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck?
Like, like he really is ignorant like that. Like I feel like he is an arrogant person talking shit, regardless if he's entertaining people.
Yeah.
I feel that, but that's the thing is you feel the authenticity. It's like when like Sean Strickland says some crazy stuff. You're like, you know he meant that.
Yeah, hell
you know he
yeah.
meant that. He put that shit on his chest.
I love that
And then you'll
shit.
ask him about it later, and he'll repeat it. Louder this time.
I loved when he fought dude in the crowd.
Yeah, Dricus Duplessis.
Yeah,
He's just
yeah.
like, I mean, he's like, I like that he was just like, oh, the women and children, move out of the way real quick, and he just hops over the thing.
You can tell that he was growing up running fades left and right.
Yeah.
You know, like in high school, he was fighting every kid in the back.
Like I said, 7 Sean Stricklands, 3 of them in Peabody, 2 of them in Salem, and a few more in Lynn.
Yo, I heard a little bit of his backstory on the Theo Von podcast.
Yeah.
You know, shouts out to Theo.
Yeah, shout out Theo
Yo,
Von.
but
Friend of the pod.
Yeah, right?
yeah,
He'll be on soon.
Yeah.
But no, Strickland, bro, he had a crazy, like, upbringing, man.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
I mean, like, I think it was like abusive, like household racism, crazy in the household, like raised to be hateful, spiteful, and then just like kind of seeing life like in a different lens at the beginning, but then experiencing it in a completely different one.
Yeah.
He's a complexing, interesting guy. Like there's a lot
I fucks with him.
I feel like honestly, like I know he gets
Even
like,
if he grew up slightly racist, I still fuck with him.
nah, but that's my thing.
He
is
might
that-
fuck with you now.
Yeah, that's
How
what I'm
about that?
saying. Like, he'll say something like and mean it in a nice way. He'll be like, "You're one of the good ones." You know what I mean? You're like,
It was good until you said it like that.
You're one of the bad ones.
You're like, thank you, I appreciate it, but that's a little crazy.
Then again, I ain't trying to fight.
I met a lot of those types.
But I mean, to be fair, a lot of these fighters are like that. Bobby
for
King
sure.
Green, Lord the Seventh is like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for this one, let's just get through these last couple ones,
Yeah,
and
let's knock it out.
I got Bobby King Green. I think him versus
Yep.
Patty the Batty Pimblett is going to be a good fight, but I think he's got it. I think it's something about the expertise. You know what I mean? Just being in there a little bit more. Not that Patty hasn't had a bunch of fights, and he is a good fighter, but I feel like recently he just hasn't shown me anything that makes me want to see it. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
But I will always watch Bobby Green fight.
Yeah.
That's somebody that is just like
King
an
Green.
exciter. He's just
Yep.
putting it. He's like, I'm going in there. I'm going in to kill you, bro. I don't care. Like he's somebody that's like, I'll fight you anywhere, anytime, any place, and I'm with that. So
I remember one of his wins. He was like, "Yo, can I bring my people up? Let me bring my people in." They're like, "No, we can't." He's like, "Yo, everybody come up." He was like, "No,
Yeah,
we can't."
My favorite thing is that you'll see the presser, like and you'll see all the people at the press conference, and then you'll see somebody in just like in like a white t-shirt, whatever. You'll see somebody in like a suit. You see somebody that has like they think they're going a little crazy. They just have the vest on to show off like the body. And you see Bobby Green, he has all the chains and rings on in the world. He's sitting there with a big old crown on. He's just sitting there just like flexed out. He's like, "What up, man? How y'all doing?" Like it's just like I love this man. I love everything
At the
about
end
it.
of the day, I'm not trying to fight him.
Bro, the favorite thing is I saw this thing, and I see it all the time, pops up on Twitter when a fight comes out, where it's an old ass photo of him, and it looks like he's like in street fighting, and it just says fighting style hood, and I'm like, sign me up, bro.
Yeah, facts.
I'm with it.
Also, shouts out to his barber, bro.
shout out.
I met a couple. I met a couple Bobby Greens.
I think we all know a couple of Bobby Greens.
I know a couple Bobby Greens out there.
Be hanging out in the UFC gyms, bro. You be knowing all these fighters.
They're kings now.
Yeah.
Shouts out to all the kings.
So I got King Green. What do you got?
Yeah, definitely.
King Green for sure. Yeah.
King Green all day. All right, I like
definitely get
so
that.
far, I'm not gonna lie, guys. If you haven't been paying attention, we're building this parlay the whole left side so far. Let's see if we keep it going with the next fight. So Mohammed,
Trust my link. Trust my link.
Trust my link, bro. We're gonna turn this UFC page into something crazy. We got Mohammed Mokaev versus Manel Cap. I feel like this one is gonna be an exciting fight that's slept on. So this is my fight to watch. If you're not into the nitty gritty of these UFC fighters you haven't really heard of, this second fight into the main card is one to look out for, especially with a dude named Mohammed. Like that's crazy.
It's either that or McLovin.
McLovin is also crazy. Muhammad is 12-0 right now. Manel is 19-6. Both of them coming off decision wins.
Man.
I'm with it. I think this one's going to be a pure athletic showing. I think this is going to be two dudes that are super high level. Anywhere you go, on the feet, on the ground, it doesn't matter. And I think you're going to see a lot of. Honestly, I think it's going to end up in a KO, low key, even though it's 3 rounds.
Yeah, I got Muhammad on that one.
I got Muhammad as well.
I'm gonna go Manel. I'm gonna change it up. Manel Cape.
For real?
I'm gonna go Manel Cape. Yeah.
like
I want to
I'm-
see
looks
him
like I'm
versus
doing two
Kakar
parlays
France. I gotta get my boy in there, so I want to go with him.
Yeah.
Yo, he said some crazy shit on the mic too. You got to look into him. He said some
Yeah.
shit on the mic where they had to cut the audio. He said some crazy shit.
Oh,
He was like, everybody from your team is a bunch of, and he said a really crazy slur that starts with the F. I don't know what it is. Anyway, so I got Manel. We got 2 Muhammads, but I don't know, man. I feel like let's see. Maybe this is the one where I'm gonna diverge on the parlay. All right, now we got Arnold Allen versus, and you go right ahead if you want to see this one. I'm gonna just show you that one.
All right, shot coming.
Oh, I know this nigga.
Yeah.
Giga Chikadze.
Hey!
I'm getting good at this.
There we go. This is playing the UFC 5 game.
There you go. There you go.
God, it's cooking, bro.
I'm glad you asked me to say that.
Yeah, no, bro. I saw you look at the phone. You're like, please no. Beat his sweat come down. You're like, no. No, this one's also going to be, I think, an absolute banger of a fight. I think we're going to see like this one. I feel like the opening, low key. I feel like the opening of the card is going to be super intense, and then it's going to lull a little bit, and then maybe we'll pick it up. But I think that the beginning two are going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Arnold Allen. I don't know if you saw his last fight against some guy. I forget what is his name. Max Holloway. Dude,
right.
bro, that fight was
guy.
crazy.
Yeah.
And it was another one where like I might as well at the end of the thing also point in the middle of the ring and say no, let's keep it going because they were just swinging the whole time. Like that's another one that's going to be intense. Arnold Allen is somebody who I think was on a big rise, hit a lull, and then kind of fought these big name guys who he wasn't necessarily ready for yet. So now he just needs to work on the building blocks. But he's going to be a title contender for sure.
100%. Yeah.
Giga Chikadze is also somebody that's insane.
Yeah.
That dude is athletic as shit. His kicks are insane. Like he's somebody that is also like a killer no matter what.
Fight, man.
That's
Like,
gonna be
I like
a
this
good
one.
fight. I feel like that's one that opened up the card is gonna
And
be a
like
banger.
Arnold Allen, like he's from England as well, too, right?
Yeah, he's also repping. I feel like if you want to put a bet on all the UK dudes, you pretty much can. Except I think the only one here that doesn't have UK is really going to be Muhammad Mokaev versus Manel Kape. But even then, I think Muhammad Mokaev fights out of the UK.
Yeah.
No, I think he also is UK. Yeah, I think pretty much the whole left side is UK.
You think that's how like they set it up? Like, yo, we're gonna do UK
like
here.
Well, that's usually
so
what
let's get a whole bunch of UK fighters.
They usually do that when they go somewhere that's a different country. So
The card in
Remember when they did that in Brazil?
Mad
Yeah.
Brazilians.
Yo, at that card, remember at the end, who was the end? He was an old Shogun. Was it Shogun?
Shogun
Shogun
Rua.
Rua?
Was he the last fight on that Brazil?
He's been around
spot?
for a long time.
No, I just remember everybody in the crowd just ended up like dipping, bro. Like when the fight was
No, that
over.
was Glover versus Jamal Hill.
Glover, yeah.
Glover
Yeah, that's what it
lost,
was.
and everyone was like,
Yeah.
"Alright."
Yo,
Like,
everyone
everyone
just
immediately was
out,
like,
bro.
all right, I'm off this.
Out.
I get it though. I mean, you see your
Nah, you gotta support your mans, bro.
you got to support your man, but at the same time, you're there for hours, and you see your boy getting whooped on you. Like,
Yeah, everyone was out, bro. Like once they talked to him at the end, there was nobody in the stands, and I'm not. It was an arena, bro.
trying to avoid
everybody
traffic.
was
You got to
gone,
avoid the traffic, bro. You know what I mean? You can't get caught up in all that.
Yeah, that was sad.
A lot of people in Brazil, huge country, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe out there,
Yeah.
the place is
Time to
big.
go home.
Yeah,
Arnold Allen,
somewhere else,
19-3, coming off a decision loss versus Giga, who is 15-3, coming off a decision win. You know what? This one's going to be off of faith and off of heart. I'm going to go with Arnold Allen. That's going to be my pick.
okay.
I'm going to go with Arnold Allen. I'm going to go with...
This was a tough one for sure.
Damn, bro. See, here's my thing, bro. Is I feel like this one can end up in a KO, but I feel like I'm going to go with TKO Arnold Allen winning. Go.
you know, since he has a easier name to say, I'm gonna go Allen.
Go ahead. No. We both said it comfortably now. You've been able to hear us.
It's okay. I'm gonna go
So
Allen.
go ahead.
I'm gonna go Allen.
Go ahead.
No. I think Allen got this. Allen got this.
Shot.
Right.
Let's get that shit. I'm going Arnold Allen as well.
It's also for the name. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, it's definitely not because of the name for me. It's definitely because the England thing, the hometown heroes.
Yeah,
I get
feel
it.
like that energy
Advantage.
really matters when you imagine being like you're on your home court. You actually got people that really
Yeah, you got more to prove.
Family, you got freaking people really cheering for you because you're from there.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
pride is crazy. You might even tap into Super Saiyan 3 because you're there. You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel that. I feel you walk out, you get the energy of the people backing you. You know what I mean? I think the thing that I love about when they go to the UK is like they're big soccer fans, and I don't know, I don't watch that shit at all. But when they do those chants and shit like that, everyone gets like
soccer fans be
that's a different energy.
Live,
I feel
bro.
I'm
like
trying to go to like a good soccer match, like somewhere.
I'm with it. Look, what is the New England? What is it?
Revolution.
I almost said
play-
revival.
Yo, we can pull up. It's probably mad cheap, but it's in
806 gets VIP guy. Come on.
Oh yeah,
806
all
gets
day.
VIP.
All day.
I didn't
Come
even
on.
think of that. I'm still new
You
to
guys,
this.
you
booth-
guys,
the booth-
you
the
guys
booth
are
is their way in.
celebrities now.
The
Don't
booth is their way in.
This is still kind of new to
don't
me.
underplay it. All right, you guys get stopped in the streets.
I got my lanyard right now.
Over here talking all that. But I'm excited for UFC 304, and I hope that you guys all tune into UFC 304.
Definitely
Let me know what
tune
you
in.
think.
Definitely
Honestly,
tune in.
always check. You know what I mean? Let us know in the comments what you guys think on Uneducated MMA on all socials. So obviously, at any point in time, you guys want to reach out to us, talk your shit. Let me know how you feel about whatever I said on here. Again, it's Uneducated Takes, so I don't really know what I'm saying here.
Yeah, you might not know, but go say what you got to say.
Yeah, just say what you got to say. If you haven't seen or you're a degenerate like me staying up until 3 a.m. betting on Chinese kickboxing, I don't care.
Yeah, right.
Do whatever you got to do. But yeah,
Put
you
it
guys,
all on Lee.
it's going to be... We up. We're down 15 units right now. It's pretty bad. But shout out to everybody. Shout out to let's see, 806 The Show. Shout out to A Vibe Entertainment.
Yes.
Shout out to Baldwin.
Yeah,
shout out to Baldwin.
Shout out,
Finally,
shout out.
you know what I mean, going to school, getting his stuff together. Shout out Baldwin. But yeah, man, I'm gonna leave the door open to you guys right now to kind of say whatever you guys want to say. Honestly, I feel like I want you guys to have your moment. Go, Ariel. What do you got to say? Go.
Shout out.
Shout out Hongas.
Shout out Honga, hell
As
yeah.
always, shout out Hongas.
Shout out MMA in general.
Yeah,
I've been becoming a super fan these past couple
And
months.
honestly, I wanted to tell you, I'm honestly like so happy to see it because it's
like from the bottom up
do you
in, like,
understand how
such
many
little
people
time?
how many people I've had come over to my house to watch the shit that just don't care, bro.
They just, like, tap out.
Bro, I've had people fall asleep, be on their phone, not even paying attention. Yes, Melvin, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. But I feel like there is a lot of moments where it's cool to see when people like actually show interest. Every now and then you get somebody that starts asking some questions where I'm like, you've been watching without me, and I like that. And you've been watching highlights.
'Cause I'm from the Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz era. And it's his silver era.
So I feel like
Iceman.
you took a break and now you're coming back.
Exactly,
You know what I mean? That's how
yeah.
I feel like it
Right.
is.
I had 09. I had UFC on 2009. So
I'm with it. Shout out
bro.
Justin.
yeah.
Thanks,
You know
bro.
what I mean?
Yo.
Thanks for
coming
coming,
through.
man.
Listen, I've been trying to put this one together, and I've been thinking about people. Like I said, I put an announcement out to the world. If you guys want to be on here, please just let me know. I want anybody that wants to talk about MMA and anything that has to do with MMA. Yeah. This is somebody right here that I've had hours, endless conversations about nonsense about MMA, trying to get me into watching boxing. I don't know what the hell's going on over there, but MMA all day. But shout out Justin. Shout out to his podcast, This Just In Podcast. Justin,
sir.
please, any shout outs you have, go right ahead, bud.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to This Just In Podcast. Yo, good looks on having me on here.
Always.
Yo,
Shout out to
it's
Cards, bro.
been
Yeah,
fun.
man.
Limited edition.
You got the fucking Max Holloway.
That's
what
$1
do you know
million
about that?
cards right there.
What do you know about that? The Justin Gaethje Max Holloway. What do you know about that right there?
This is the fight we. No,
This is the fight we start going to match make with the cards.
It's like Pokemon right here. We're just battling
We're
with these cards.
But yeah, man, thank you to everybody. Always like, share, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
Follow
Yeah.
us on all socials. Thank you. Again, shout out 806 The Show. Shout out to
Yeah.
Vibe Entertainment. Thank you, and we out.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
yeah.
Yeah.